Hello everyone. I hope this video finds you all safe and healthy. Here we are at week 8 in 2063. Our final week, how do I design curriculum? This week is where you are tying everything together. So instead of having a final exam, you're working on this mini unit and the lesson plan. It's very important to make sure that you are reading through the PowerPoint. It talks about standard-based curriculum, what it is and what it isn't. It talks about how to develop a unit. Gives you the rationale for integrating curriculum, selecting a theme, and then it talks about how to get started on your unit. You're going to select a grade, first, second, or third. You're going to describe your class of 22 or 15 students, and you're going to select your topic. Then it walks you through step by step, your activities, your procedures. Talks about identifying your anchor standard. So you're going to have to go into the ODE site to find the standards that you want. And then it goes into lesson planning. So Tuesday, homework assignment 8-2 is due, which is your mini unit. But you're going to fill out the top information. Please make sure that your grade level and your topic is included. I'm not so concerned about the team group or the student's name. I need your name, the date, grade level, and topic. This is worth 100 points. All of these boxes need to be complete. It's where you're giving me background information that I need to understand your lesson. Here's the curriculum table. So each are worth 2 points, a total of 10 for activity and a total of 10 for standards. Here is where you're going to write down the main things or your focus that you want the students to know at the end of the unit. And your standard should have your grade level, the standard number, and then written out what the standard says. So it should have the grade level, the standard number, and the actual wording of the standard. Here is your mini unit calendar. This is worth 10 points. The vocabulary. You're going to have 5 vocabulary words in your unit, your academic vocabulary. You get 2 points for each academic vocabulary word, and you get 2 points for the definition. Key questions. These should be based on Bloom's taxonomy. 3 points. You're going to have a map that's labeled for your unit, which is worth 10 points. You're going to use the following guidelines that are right here to self-assess. Then you're going to write a narrative explaining what DAP is and what it is in contrast with. Discuss the changes you would make for improvement. So this is 10 points for completing this self-evaluation section. How is my unit developmentally appropriate in the areas outlined as guidelines for developmentally appropriate practice? And there are 5. You get 1 point per guideline. You would make the following changes. 2 points, 1 per change. So this is due Tuesday. If you have questions, please email me as soon as you have a question. On Thursday, your lesson plan is due. Now, the form is back here on Moodle. Here's your template. So you're taking your information that you submitted on Tuesday and you're putting it into this format. If you have questions, please ask me. Now, how is this going to be graded? This is the rubric that I use to score the lesson plans. Please look in the exemplary column so you can earn the maximum points. Objective statements are present with thorough and measurable detail. So in other words, if you want a child to identify something with 80% accuracy or 3 of 5 times, that needs to be in there. It needs to be measurable. You have your academic vocabulary listed and defined. You also have included strategies for ensuring student mastery of the academic language. Make sure that this is clear and include identification of language development strengths and needs. You are to provide explicit models and opportunities for the students to practice the academic vocabulary and feedback that you give the students so they can effectively use the language to express, develop, and demonstrate content understanding. So not only are you modeling and allowing for practice, we want those students to use that academic language to demonstrate they understand the content. Planning. The learner needs are identified with plan supports specifically designed to address a variety of student learning strengths and needs, linked to accommodations, modifications, and/or pertinent IEP goals. The lesson contains relevant pre-assessment, formative assessment, summative assessment, and assessment of academic language and language demands strategically designed to provide evidence of student progress, and it aligns with your objectives and standards for the lesson. Your lesson needs an introduction. How are you going to hook them? The learning experience should have details. In your plan, make sure that it links to your objectives and your assessments, and it's grade level appropriate. Make sure that you have a variety of teaching methods to meet the needs of your learners. You're going to have learners who are very high achieving, who are going to become bored with easy activities. And then you're going to have students who are at risk, who are really struggling But you're going to have to provide opportunities for that whole spectrum in your classroom. So make sure that's evident in your plan. All of your materials and resources should be listed or described with the type it is, the quantities, and exact information. Make sure your lesson has a closure that links back to your objective so you can tie it all up. Please include time approximations for your lesson. You're going to include information about your learning environment, if there are accommodations, safety issues, seating, groupings, that kind of thing. Your lesson plan is to be completed entirely. All sections are to be filled out with enough detail to be used by another teacher. So if a substitute would walk in and look at this lesson plan that you're submitting, they would be able to teach it without any difficulty. All the materials are at hand for them. They understand what you're saying. So before you submit your lesson plan, you've written it as the teacher. Take a look at it through the eyes of a substitute to make sure everything is included that you want to have included. If you have questions, please email me. The rubric is found in the support documents, as is the mini unit sheet that you will submit on Tuesday. Here is the lesson plan template that is due on Thursday. Please remember, after you have submitted that, to make sure that you complete the end of course survey. This helps us as we revise classes for the next time they're taught. Again, if you have questions, please email me. I hope you all have a joyous Easter. Thank you.